We have a lot to go over here in today's video, but before I do, if you love the Yankees and you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe. So according to Francis Romero, the New York Yankees are said to be among favorites to land starting pitcher Tatsuya Imai. He will be posted, so we know that. But Imai last year for the Lions had a very good season. For the Cebu Lions, he pitched to a 1.92 ERA, 24 games, 5 complete games, 3 shutouts, pitched 163 and 2/3 innings, pitched 178 strikeouts, but 5 complete games and 3 shutouts. He has 14 complete games over his career with 7 shutouts. At the age of 27, Imai is projected to get anywhere between $80 to $200 million. I could see the Yankees or any other team kind of coming in the middle of that, like maybe 130, 140. The highest I would go if I'm the Yankees is probably 150. Imai is 27 years old, is a very good pitcher. Probably his ceiling is a number 2. I wouldn't really say a number 1, but according to a former major leaguer, he played here in the majors, but he also played in Japan. And he faced Yamamoto, he faced Sasaki, and he faced Imai. According to him, Imai was the toughest one to hit. So take that for what it's worth. But should the New York Yankees sign Imai if they could? Of course, they're going against the Dodgers, and everybody's just going to assume that the Dodgers are going to land him. But there's only so many spots in your starting rotation. They have Shohei, who's going to be in that rotation next year. Yamamoto, probably Sasaki. I don't foresee him being a bullpen guy. He's a starting pitcher. That's why they got him. So he'll be there. Glasnow, he'll be there. Blake Snell, he'll be a starter. There's only so many spots in the rotation. I don't think spending money on Imai, not like the Dodgers even care, I don't think in their case, I don't think it's a smart move. Now, for the Yankees, different story. If you're able to get him, then guys like Will Warren, Luis Heel become expendable. Now, of course, the Yankees are going to be without Garrett Cole and Rodon on opening day. And when we listen to Brian Cashman talk when the Yankees got bounced out of the playoffs, Cashman really wasn't open to the idea of adding a starting pitcher, but that could change. We know that he's been very interested in players coming over from Japan, and Imai is still a very good pitcher. If you insert him in the middle of that rotation, I think he could potentially be really good. And if I'm the Yankees, I would take a shot. See if you could go land him. Now, I don't know if we're going to end up with him, but I would make an effort to go and get him. I'm a fan of this kid, especially he's not afraid of going deep into games. Over 160 innings pitched, but in 24 games. Move that over a full major league season. 30, 31, 32 starts. He's throwing over 200 innings for you. Maybe the Yankees don't put that on him or any other major league team. Maybe they don't do that to him. But at the same time, this kid's capable of going deep into games consistently. He's done it over in Japan. So that's also a reason why I think, hey, maybe he could be good over here. But we'll see. Yamamoto has translated, but in my opinion, I don't think he's as good as Yamamoto. And I don't think he's as good as Sasaki. But according to a former major leaguer, he was the toughest one out of the 3 of them. So there is that. Now, the Yankees are among favorites to land Kyle Tucker. If the Yankees don't bring back Cody Bellinger, I hope Kyle Tucker is a New York Yankee. Now, in my opinion, I've said it in recent videos, Kyle Tucker should be number 1 on your list. Cody Bellinger, an exceptional corner outfielder. Very good hitter. But he's one of the most inconsistent players, in my opinion. He could either give you an MVP type season or a middle of the road type year. Kyle Tucker, when healthy, is one of the best hitters in Major League Baseball. Since he's gotten into the league, he's a top 10 bat in Major League Baseball. The Yankees have the opportunity to go and get a top 10 bat in the league. Go get Tucker if you can. If it's possible, please go get him. Cody, yes, he could play center field. Cody, yes, he could play first base. In my opinion, in a perfect world, I would love the Yankees to break the bank, sign both of them. Put Cody over there at first. If you want him to play the outfield, he can at times. But sign Cody, primarily play him at first base. I know he played 26 innings last year at first base, but he came up as a first baseman. He's a first baseman at heart. He is. And he's an excellent outfielder. But Kyle Tucker, he could give you 35 dingers, 35 home runs a year. He can. He has that kind of power. He has that kind of pop. And he's done that with the Astros and then his 1 year with the Cubs. Yeah, wasn't the best year. His first half was an MVP-like first half. The second half, he played hurt. That's why his second half numbers aren't that great. That's why you only see him having 22 home runs at 268 average. He didn't really play well at Wrigley Field, though. He played excellent on the road. Hit 292 on the road, 15 home runs on the road. So outside of Wrigley, he was an all-star. He was an absolute all-star. So that bodes well for any team who signs Kyle Tucker. If I'm the Yankees, you are among the favorites. Be the favorite. Be the team that signs him. And if you don't sign him, I think Cody Bellinger will still be there. But in other news, Bo Bichette kind of made some headlines. And according to a Toronto news outlet, so take this for what it's worth, because I read some responses from a few Blue Jay fans, and they're like, oh, this guy's a clown. I forgot the journalist's name. But according to a Toronto news outlet, Bo Bichette would like to return to the Blue Jays. However, he would not mind playing in New York in the immediate future. That's according to this Toronto journalist, I'll call him. That's according to him. Now, Bo Bichette, according to another sports outlet, the Yankees are the third favorites to go and get Bo Bichette. What does that mean? Well, that means that after the Blue Jays, after the Dodgers or the Tigers, that the Yankees are third likely to land Bo Bichette. Now, Bo Bichette, one of the best offensive players in baseball. There's no denying that. In the field, he is a liability. But you have to understand this. You're signing him because of his bat, because that consistency that he brings with his bat. You're not signing him to be a defensive wizard. Defense matters. 1,000% it matters. But what do the analytics tell us? Teams who hit the long ball win it all. And if you get a guy who could hit like Bo Bichette last year, he hit 311. Almost drove in 100 runs. Had an 840 OPS. 2024 only played in 81 games. That was his worst year of his career. But 2023, he hit 306 with 20 homers. 2022, he led the league in hitting, in hits. 189 hits, but a 290 average, but 189 hits. 2021 had 191 hits, a 298 average. The kid's a good hitter. I think he's worth it. Like I said in a recent video, you want to knock his defense, and that's fine. It is what it is. He is who he is. But you want to knock his defense. Derek Jeter, analytically, because you're going by the analytics, you're going by his range, you're going by defensive runs saved. Derek Jeter was one of the worst shortstops defensively, according to those same stats that you're judging Bo by. Jeter's a 5-time world champion. So if you add Bo Bichette, you're getting one heck of a player. And you're not married to the idea of having him be your shortstop for the next 7-8 years. You can move him around, and that's fine too. So just because of his defense, I would not stay away from Bo. In fact, I would be all in on him. Another guy who the Yankees are expected to be in on, Edwin Diaz. Now, I think Edwin, at the end of the day, ends up going to the Dodgers. I really do. I don't think Edwin signs here. I don't think he goes back to the Mets. Just my opinion. I don't see how that makes any sense, simply because the Mets have said time and time again they don't want to sign pitching to long-term deals. Now, why would you do that for a 32-year-old reliever? He's probably going to command $20 million per year or more over probably 4 to 5 years. I don't think the Mets can have any interest in doing that. If they're going to give any pitcher a long-term deal, it's going to be because they traded for Skubal. That's the only way I could see the Mets doing that. And according to reports, the Mets want to add 2 frontline starting pitchers. Edwin Diaz does not fit the bill on that. I think he's going to end up going to LA, but the Yankees, of course, as they should, they're going to be in on Edwin Diaz. He could pitch in New York. Very good closer. Shouldn't shock anybody that the Yankees would have interest in him. Will they end up with Edwin Diaz? No, I think he's a Dodger, but we'll see what happens. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.